E aí, beleza? Sejam bem-vindos ao canal. Eu me chamo Anoda e vamos aqui continuar com o Jurassic Park da Telltale Games. Esse aqui é a última parte do episódio 2. O nome do episódio é A Cavalaria. E antes de começar, agradecendo a todos os inscritos, muito obrigado pelo apoio e pela moral. E você que não é inscrito, se inscreva no canal, curte, comente, compartilhe. E vamos pro vídeo. Então no último vídeo a gente parou aqui, nessa parte aqui. Vamos dar continuidade daqui. Vamos lá.
I'm not moving these things. They look like they weigh a ton.
I think Dr. Sorkin said we're only supposed to move file boxes.
Oh, yeah. Well, good. So, who feels like carrying these boxes back to the helicopter? Me neither. Ugh, smells like a barrel of wet dog hair.
I know, right? I don't get why dinosaurs eat that stuff.
Mais alguma coisa aqui? Ah, então vamos pro próximo.
Wait here. I'm gonna go talk to Sorkin.
What should I do?
You wanna help? See if you can dig up anything interesting on our friend Dr. Sorkin in those file boxes.
Cool.
I can't tell you how many times I tried convincing him. The park should be a nature preserve. No theme park attractions, no cages. Hammond never really cared about the marvels I created for him. It's always been about the money. If you're in some kind of trouble with InGen, I might be able to help. I know people on the board.
You know, Doc, I saw some bites like that on one of my men back at the visitor center.
Mr.
Call me Billy.
Mr. Yoder, would you please tend to the InGen files like we discussed?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, you know who our prisoner is? Because no one else seems to.
Well, I've never seen her on the island before. I don't recognize her as someone who works for InGen. But I don't know everyone, so it's possible.
Hey, Doc, you got a pharmacy inside? It's gonna be a long flight back if we don't get this prisoner either elated or sedated.
She seems harmless enough now, and she's adequately secured. Are you afraid she's gonna beat you up?
Well, I do have a history of women wanting to get their hands on me.
I know that you're angry and scared, and you've got to be exhausted. What's so important to you to go through all this?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Very well. I'll talk. You listen.
I hate to interrupt, ma'am, but I really think we need to be going.
I'm afraid I can't, Mr. Yoder. Someone needs to tend to the dinosaurs during this disaster.
I'm sorry, Dr. Sorkin, but InGen wants all survivors back on the mainland as soon as possible. No exceptions.
Why can't it wait?
Is there anything I can say to convince you to come with us?
If there is, you haven't said it yet.
Right.
Hammond, decide. What about our patient?
I'm fine.
I tried to convince her to go with the rest.
Dr. Sorkin,
As I told you, I'm staying behind to watch after the animals.
I'm sorry, but we really need to get you out of here.
Why?
Listen, Hammond really made a mess of this place. You have no idea. There's no hiding his incompetence after this disaster.
Huh. You have a point. If you knew how I spent my youth, you'd be surprised to find me working in a place like this.
Look, Dr. Sorkin, we already caught one unauthorized trespasser. Who knows who else is on the island? Your life may be in danger.
I'll take my chances, thank you.
We gotta get back because, you never know, the prisoner could have a relapse or something.
Highly unlikely.
Trust me, there is a very good reason.
Well, come back when you think of one.
So how did you know to treat her with a tranquilizer?
Unfortunately, this is...
So, what'd you find out?
Looks like Dr. Sorkin wanted to turn this place into a dinosaur preserve instead of an amusement park.
And InGen didn't go for it, huh?
Why would they? There's no money in that.
So Dr. Sorkin has a weakness for preserving wildlife. Good to know. Oh, that's a lot of rejected dino preserve proposals.
Yep.
You gotta hand it to the lady. She don't give up easy.
Vamos voltar lá agora. Eu tenho que convencer ela de ir
I
comigo.
mean, what was Hammond thinking?
Eu saio desse
The man
lugar.
continually ignored the warnings of his own scientists over marketing people, shareholders, everyone. A disaster like this was inevitable. Would you mind if I took a look at your wound?
Yeah, why not?
Dr. Sorkin,
Why do you think interrupting me is going to work this time?
wouldn't this place be better off as some kind of dinosaur preserve? I mean, it's kind of stupid to treat these creatures like they're in some kind of circus, right?
Well, obviously that's true. If you knew how I spent my youth, you'd be surprised to find me working in a place like this.
Já deu a dica já.
Please, ma'am, if we don't get you back, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble. I'll probably lose my job.
Well, I don't wish that on anyone, Mr. Yoder, but I'm afraid it can't be helped. I can't abandon these dinosaurs just so you have a job.
Trust me, there is a very good reason.
Well, come back when you think of one. I'm interested in hearing more about her symptoms.
Well, like I mentioned before, fever, swelling at the wound. Her eyes were jittery.
Ela tá um
And she
pé no
was
saco, hein?
delirious?
Yeah, very much so.
How's your smoke?
Tá, não sei o que fazer aqui não.
What's the point of rebuilding? Hammond will kowtow to the major shareholders and cut every corner to recoup their investment as fast as possible, with no regard to the animals' welfare.
Why have I never seen this? I thought I knew every dino on this island.
Dr. Sorkin,
Why do you think interrupting me is going to work this time?
trust me, there is a very good reason.
Well, come back when you think of one. So that girl is your daughter?
Yeah, my youngest, Jess, 14. Hard to believe.
And her mother?
Remarried. It's for the best, really. We're both much happier.
And how is Jess adjusting?
Her grades at school.
Não tem mais nada aqui pra fazer, então deve ser aqui mesmo.
How's your smoke?
Deixa o Oscar sozinho, começou sob Sork.
Hey, Oscar, was there any dirt on Dr. Sorkin in the mission briefing? If I'm gonna have to use the old Yoder charm, I'll need some intel.
Big-time protester in the 70s. Lots of animal rights crap. Handful of arrests for it. All of her InGen-related history is classified. Said to expect her to be a pain in the ass.
It said that?
Between the lines.
How the hell does Dr. Sorkin think we're gonna load all this crap into the chopper?
Dunno, but you better do it if you want to get on her good side.
Okay, well, thanks. You've been a great help. If you want to tag along with us, that's cool. Just give Oscar his space. He doesn't do very good with kids. Or adults, or animals. Come to think of it, he doesn't do very good with anybody. Just stay out of his way. Are you gonna do any work around here? What, are we union now? So, Sorkin.
Hippie type. Got arrested a bunch protesting for animal rights.
So, Sorkin.
Hippie type. Got arrested a bunch protesting for animal rights.
Dou mais informação, vamos ver se eu consigo agora.
Do you know, he actually told me it doesn't matter that we have dinosaurs from the Jurassic and Triassic ages living together, as long as it's exciting. Moron, would you mind if I took a look at your wound?
Yeah, why not?
I've tried talking to her, Dr. Sorkin. It's no use.
Well, she'll...
Dr. Sorkin.
Why do you think interrupting me is going to work this time?
Someone needs to speak to the board about protecting these dinosaurs. You believe in animal rights, don't you? Wouldn't you put your neck on the line for them?
You're absolutely right, Mr. Yoder. But none of this matters if the board of directors...
I'm not supposed to say this, but I heard the board is going to hold an emergency meeting about, new leadership. If you were there, you could act as a witness to the events that took place here. They'd have to listen to you.
That's true. I hate to admit it, Mr. Yoder, but perhaps you're right.
And our orders also mention an assistant?
David. Yes. I'm afraid David won't be coming back with us. He told him to stay away from the quarantine
Dr.
pens.
Sorkin, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Now, before we go, I have some work in the lab that must be completed first. Dr. Harding, perhaps you and your daughter would like to assist me. I've been working on a cure for one of our dinosaurs' nastier genetic disorders.
Oh? Which one?
It's dietary. Right up your alley. Dr. Harding, we've done it.
And what exactly have we done?
Reverse the lysine contingency, of course.
Wait, what?
What's that?
InGen, Henry Wu, added a gene to the dinosaurs that makes them dependent on supplements of an amino acid called lysine. Without their weekly doses, they'll all die off.
You cannot give that to the dinosaurs. They need to be contained. If any of them get off the island...
Okay, listen. I've been working with the Parasaur's behavioral program for months now. If I go back to the mainland to fight for this place, they'll all be dead before I can get back, along with all of my research.
Parasaurs?
Parasaurolophus. They're herbivores, generally safe.
Let me give the solution to them, to see if it even works.
How many are we talking about?
Why don't you come out with me? See how much progress we've made with them.
Can we, Dad?
Fine. We'll go.
Cool.
I'm glad to finally have you out here, Dr. Harding, despite the circumstances. We've been doing some very interesting work with our parasaurs. Behavioral communication experiments.
You've interpreted their calls.
Some of them. And I plan to use that to get them out of the pen.
Out?
Well, I'm not going to treat their water with them still in there.
How do we know there aren't any bad dinosaurs around?
I don't know, but the Parasaurolophus do. See that one? She's the lookout. She'll stand guard while the others graze. If there were any predators in the vicinity, she'd be nervous and emitting a danger call. But she's not. She's calm. Jerry, you can activate the speakers from there. Jess and I will set the various parasaur sounds that play through them.
Dad, it's okay. I mean, it's safe, right?
The parasaurs will warn us of trouble before it gets close.
Stay with Dr. Sorkin.
Okay, let's move some dinos.
We can't just shoo the animals out, but we should be able to manipulate them into moving using their own sounds.
Cool.
These speakers on the west side of the pen can be set to play a parasaur food call that will attract the hungry dinos. The speakers on the east control the mating sounds that will attract the more, amorous dinosaur.
What about the big set of speakers in the middle of the pen?
Ah, those emit the danger call. The parasaurs will instinctively move away from it.
So basically, we can herd the dinosaurs out of this pen using the speakers and their sounds.
Então vamos lá. Um é de acasalamento, outro é de fome e outro é de perigo.
How do I turn on the speakers?
I'll have to tell your dad to do it when we're ready. Dr. Harding?
Yeah?
Activate the danger speakers.
How come that one never moved?
That one stands guard to make sure all the others are safe.
Even when there's a danger call?
The lookout's the one that makes the danger call. When there are predators around, she'll stand her ground, drawing attention away from the other dinos.
Vamos tentar. Esse aqui.
Dr. Harding?
Yeah?
West side speakers, please.
So I heard you were like a hippie protester or something in the 70s.
Where'd you hear that?
From Yoder.
The 70s were a tumultuous time. I fought for what I believed in, and sometimes it gets you arrested.
You were arrested? And you still got a job as a, scientist?
Paleogeneticist. And yes, youth is the time to be reckless and test your boundaries. It's how you learn what's important to you. Dr. Harding?
Yeah?
I need you to activate the east side speakers, please.
East side. Okay.
So, what happened to your assistant?
Let's not talk about that right now.
Well, did you work with him long?
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Listen, he was a wonderful young man. And I am sad. I really am. But if I let that stop my work, then all these animals will die too, trapped behind the walls that we built. You understand?
Ah, acho que tem uma ordem aqui. Acho que até deve ter falado e eu não prestei atenção.
Need a quick reminder about how the speakers work?
yes, please.
These speakers on the west side of the pen can be set to play a parasaur food call that will attract the hungry dinos. The speakers on the east control the mating sounds that will attract the more, amorous dinosaur. The big speakers in the center emit a danger call that will scare the dinos away from it.
Ó, esse aqui é o que vai espantar, certo? Tá.
Dr. Harding,
Yeah?
activate the danger speakers. job, Jess.
Finally! Go forth and multiply.
You're pretty good at this. Maybe you'll be a behavioral scientist someday.
Maybe I will. Aww.
Ah, this is why she was elected to be the lookout. What's wrong with her foot?
It's a broken toe. Feel free to have a look. I just have to do one more thing, and then we can leave.
The lysine.
If the dinosaurs are to have a fighting chance, they'll need this solution to survive.
I'm still not sure.
Jerry, this is my life's work. These are basically my children. I'm not gonna let these creatures die because some bureaucrat can't stand losing control. They deserve their own lives.
Jess,
Dr. Sorkin?
Laura.
Laura, what's lysine?
InGen, Henry Wu, added a gene to the dinosaurs that makes them dependent on supplements of an amino acid called lysine. Without their weekly doses, they'll all die off.
Don't tell my dad, but I got a D in chemistry.
Then today should be very educational. The solution we were creating at the lab will reverse this scenario, allowing the animals to live out their natural lifespan. We just need to get it into the main water supply.
Okay, that should be easy, right?
This is a big responsibility, Jess.
I can handle it, Dr. Sorkin. I mean Laura.
Okay, Jess, let's get started.
I'm telling you, man, almost made me swear off Chinese food forever.
Yeah, right. I've never seen you refuse an egg roll. Ever.
I said almost. Besides, my date was hot. You remember? The girl with the blonde hair, red scarf, what was her name?
I don't keep track.
Oh, you remember her. She was the one that was wearing the... Hold on. You hear that? Go, go, go! Oscar! Land the chopper right now! No! Do it, or I swear I'll take you down right now!
Billy!
Oscar, get over here! I'll pull you in! Come on, man! That's it! Come on! One more!
Billy! Tell that woman she's dead when I get in there!
Come on, Oscar! Put those giant friggin' arms to work! Get in here! No! Come on, Oscar! Put those giant friggin' arms to work! Get in here! You're one stubborn son of a... Hey! What the hell?
No problem! You got this!
Stab this thing! Now!
Not gonna happen! We good?
No. Not so good.
Is the water ready?
Lysine is now officially a part of this nutritionally balanced dino breakfast.
Excellent! Now I just need to get this water into the main supply and we'll be done. That's it, Jess. We did it! Jess, come up here. I want you to see this. This is how nature intended these animals to exist.
Wow. With all the running away I've been doing, I haven't had time to really appreciate them.
Oh, girl, take it easy.
What's wrong with that one?
Oh no. Raptors.
Dad!
Jerry, run! Jerry! Behind you! Can't run!
Isso.
Behind you! Can't run! Hurry, Jerry! Hold on! Hurry! Hurry, Jerry! Left!
Oh my god, Dad, that was awesome! How did you do that?
Guess the
Mas
old
já
man
foi
still has a
umas
few
500
good moves,
vezes.
huh?
You are lucky to be alive, Jerry. I've never seen anyone outrun a velociraptor before.
Where did they come from? What are they doing out here?
Must have escaped from the quarantine pen somehow.
Raptors are highly intelligent. They'll find a way up here if we give them enough time.
Yes! It's Yoder!
Here! We're down here!
Down here! Down here!
Not stopping! Everyone hold on!
Depois de tanto sofrimento, terminamos aí o episódio 2, que é a Cavalaria. E ao contrário dos outros jogos da Telltale, esse ele vai direto. Ele não mostra preview do próximo episódio. É direto. Então por isso que eu dei essa pausa. Então o episódio 3 seria As Profundezas. E eu vou ficando por aqui. Muito obrigado a todos os inscritos. O apoio de vocês são muito importante para o canal e que juntos cresceremos fortes e unidos na plataforma. Você que não é inscrito, se inscreva no canal, curte, comente, compartilhe e até o próximo vídeo. Valeu!